And we've seen the way that God has written his message on every little thing. And he never misses an opportunity, like with the horn of an antelope, to infuse his message into the world and to write his message on everything he can find. He's like the master graffiti artist who just has a message and he wants to put it on every wall, on every surface that he can find. And if you go and paint over it, he'll just go back and write it again, right? But it's in his creation, and we see the way Paul talks about that we have no excuse to not see God's goodness and to see his message because it's written in creation. It's written in the stars, and it's a shame the way astrology has been often twisted and often perverted. That there's still you can still see it in there, the way that God has written his message in the stars. And as he was writing each one of these, whether it is just in the creation of the trees and animals, whether it is in the stars and the sound of a trumpet, or whatever, he was longing the entire time to write that message on each of our hearts. It is like the ultimate wall for the graffiti artist. It is the thing that he was longing to do all along, and that he prophesied was going to happen, that this was coming in the Old Testament. And it's as if as he was writing it all over the universe and writing, it's all about my son, my son, my son, everywhere. It's all, I just want you to see every direction that you look. And whether you look down or up or around or inside or whatever, I want you to see that it's all about my son. That there was still one thing missing. Like I said, there was still that ultimate wall. There was still that prophesied purpose that he was striving toward through history. And it wasn't until Jesus won that Tekiah Getala victory, that final victory, that God allowed himself access. The curtain was ripped, and he allowed himself access directly to our hearts to be able to write that message there. And that all of the constellations, all of the planets, all of the sequoia trees and the animals and the oceans and everything where God put his message, it's like, this is what I've been longing for, is just to etch that onto each one of your hearts and to have that access.